I've been a PGA golf professional for a long time. It'll be 40 years in not too distant future. And I've traveled this country. I've lived in 11 cities. I've been a part of PGA organizations. Any place that I've ever been, it's been my career, my profession, my passion. And then the last 20 years, I've been representing the PGA Tour in different cities around the United States as the general manager of their properties. And then 10 years ago, you come to a property like this, and you're blessed to be able to come to work here every single day. And you meet a lot of people, and you hear about a lot of people doing really good things. And as a philanthropic organization, as the PGA Tour is, we gravitate toward people who do really good things. You know, the old saying of the good of the many outweigh the good of the one. I've kind of walked with that for many, many years of my life, and so has this organization, and so have a number of people in this community, and Fred is one of those guys. So before I met him personally, I knew about the good work that he was doing. I kind of knew about where his heart was as a human being. And it was a very easy introduction, and I felt like I knew him for a long time the first time I ever met him. And that's because we have a common bond, we share a common bond. The bond of putting others first, the bond of trying to do things that make the world a little better place, just one little tiny baby step at a time. And he's one of these guys. So yeah, I heard about him first, and then I met him, and like I say, he's one of those guys that you feel like you've known him your whole life. You know, so again, to meet and to get to know Fred is to love Fred. And again, the common bond of giving and being there for others is certainly a thread that runs through his soul and his organization as well. And then golf is another common denominator between the two of us. I mean, he loves the game, he's around the game, he supports the game, financially sponsors things that are around the game, under the umbrella of the great game of golf. And we've showed up together at a lot of different footsteps. You know, the junior golf platform here in North Florida, the North Florida Junior Golf Foundation. So Fred's involved in that. Of course, people who are giving, who love the game, want to give back. Where do they do it? Yeah, they grow the game of golf. It's right with the youth. That's one component. Then you get to know him and maybe go to a seminar that he's conducting and find out about what the professional that this man really is, and really at the core of his professional life where his heart is. I mean, it's one thing to get to know somebody socially and where their heart is there, but it's another thing to find out how somebody transitions, and are those parallel? And in this instance, they are absolutely parallel. And that's one of the most impressive things about Fred, is that not only is he this giving man in life, but then also what he does for a living every day transitions beautifully, and it partners, it dovetails in exactly what he does professionally. And that's impressive. And then, of course, to find out his love for the first responders and the whole 9/11 component, it's emotional. It's in alignment with what the PGA Tour does with our Birdies for the Brave, and we support our military. We have been doing it since 9/11, since day one of 9/11, and have raised millions and millions of dollars around the United States at our properties, TPC properties, and the PGA Tour venues alike, supporting the military. And look at who's supporting the military. Isn't that amazing that this one guy that you hear about, who's this community citizen, he's also in that bucket too. So we have found each other in a number of different buckets along the way, Fred and I, and every time he's always there for the right reasons. He's always there doing the right things. So this is one of these wonderful gentlemen that really, we're blessed to have someone like this in North Florida, and we need a lot more of them along the way, honestly. And we're excited to call him a friend. We're excited to partner with him in his fundraising initiatives, especially with respect to 9/11. And I must say, you know, 9/11 are three numbers, right? It's happened, 15 years ago now? I think the anniversary was just recently. And they become numbers after a while if you're not really careful. And you know, there are all the statistics, the 3,000 people that lost their lives, all the firemen and the police, the first responders. But you know, just 3 days ago, I was in New York City at Ground Zero in the museum. And let me just tell you something, they're not numbers. You know, they're not numbers there. It's real. So it really touches home when you have an opportunity to experience something like that, why someone like Fred would be so heartfelt and so passionate and so emotional about that, because that's an emotional situation. I mean, I urge anybody everywhere around the world to go to New York City and go to Ground Zero and experience what that is all about. That's bigger than life, it's bigger than death. It's the message of hope, it's the message of belief, it's the message of being inspired. Through the most catastrophic things can people rise. And honestly, that is the message, and it is right here. I get why he's doing what he's doing. We're just honored to be a part of it. Yeah, you know, holes 9 and holes 11, you know, typically would be the holes that you'd put those on. But there's clubs that are doing it on all 18 holes. There's clubs that are doing it on just the 9th and the 18th hole. It's just it's a remember. It's just, please don't forget. We will never forget. We will never forget. So any way that you can do that. So there's a lot of varieties. These flags are used. You know, celebrities have signed them. They've gone to auction in certain areas, raising more monies. I mean, the thing's a snowball. So there's a lot of different initiatives going on. Golf professionals all over North Florida that know and love this man have embraced this concept of trying to reach out and do things at their own club. It might be a tournament, it might be a social gathering, it might be just, you know, adding a few dollars to a product or a green fee and try to raise a little bit of extra money. $1 more than yesterday is the goal here, right? One baby step at a time. And again, we're just honored to be a part of it, and we love individuals like Fred, and there are others here in the North Florida community that got really big hearts that are doing really good things, and they don't want a lot of notice for it. So it's wonderful to be able to stand up and speak on behalf of somebody that you truly respect.